What is up, everybody? My name is Evan and this is my channel. I wanted to start off my channel not by, making a formal introduction video or making myself look utterly, fucking good in any way. I'm gonna tell a story about the time that I shit myself in class. I have to really start from the beginning here. I was 12, I was in 6th grade, and I was at the end of my school year. So I'm gonna start straight from the morning when I woke up. So I'm wearing these light, like this color shorts and a blue shirt on the top. I'd never really been one to care about fashion, I fucking look like shit all the time. But I'll tell you that I really was feeling myself that day. I really thought that I was about to be a Victoria's Secret model. I was about to walk down look at me. I really thought that was how it was gonna be that day. So I had my breakfast and I was sitting at my house. I could just feel my stomach churning as I'm sitting there eating. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I thought because this had a test and it was the statewide test. I have huge test anxiety. I thought my anxiety might have been up another level. Maybe that was what was causing me to be off. It might have been something else. So I ride the bus and my stomach is still churning. I remember on the bus that day, people were like, "Are you okay?" They could probably hear my fucking stomach churning like a motherfucker. And it was 6 in the morning. I get into the building and I decide that before first period, I'm not going to use the bathroom. I thought it was just test anxiety. I said, you know what? I'm going to go to my locker and I'm going to just play this like a normal day. I walk into first period class and my stomach starts churning too much. I feel like I have to take care of this. Sometimes you really have to go and you go, I have to. There's no fucking stopping this. That's what I felt like. So in my school, we had hall passes that they passed out. You didn't get a hall pass from the teacher, you had them, and then the teacher would sign them. And I'm sure someone else is probably like, yeah, fucking of course you did, because I think some schools probably have that too, right? I have 6 of these passes. I was such a overachiever, such a good kid that I was like, I cannot use all my passes. There's a fucking squirrel in my yard. I was really feeling like I had to go. So basically, I went up to the teacher and I said, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. Can I get a pass signed? And she signed it. So that was 1 of my 6 passes. I was in the bathroom for so long that I thought I was going to have to miss the beginning of 2nd period. I literally thought that the bell was going to ring at any time and I was going to be like, fuck, I'm still here. The first time I went, everything I thought was going to be cool, that I was like, okay, yeah, apparently I don't have as much anxiety as I thought. It was just shit. I was so prepared. I was like, I got this. I'm gonna go in and take this test. Everything is gonna be fucking good today, Evan. I got out of the bathroom. The first period bell rings. I go to 2nd and I sit down and all of a sudden my stomach is churning again. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is not a test anymore. This is not any fun and games. So I fucking go up to my teacher again with my little pass sheet and shit. And by the way, the nerves are even kicking in about the passes now, because at my school we had the passes, and if you use too many of these passes, you would get an ISS, and you'd have to stay after school, or you'd have to do detention, that kind of shit. So I go up to her, and I'm like, can I go to the bathroom? And the teacher's like, okay, yeah, sure. So I go out, and I'm going to the bathroom, and then I come back, and I think everything is cool again. So then it's 3rd period, and it's test time. I had my 3rd period final, exam-ish kind of test, the final exam. I'm fucking sitting there, taking my test. My stomach is just churning. My stomach is just churning and churning and churning. And I'm like, I can't get through this fucking fast enough. There's not a thing in the world that's gonna get me through this any faster. I am trying to hold on with my dear life to the shit that is trying to come out. And I'm like, fuck. I have to get through this test before I can leave, because if I leave, I'm gonna look suspicious. I finished the test, and it was the longest I was able to hold it. Probably an hour. Just a little side note for the rest of the story. So then I go up to my 3rd period teacher. I'm like, hey, I need to use a pass to go to the bathroom. And this bitch looks at my fucking pass thing, sees that I've used 2 passes already today, and this bitch goes, you're going to the bathroom again? Bitch! I'm going to the bathroom again! I didn't come up just so you could fucking question me! Of course I'm going to the fucking bathroom again! And she goes, all right, I mean, I guess. And she was judging me. She was really judging me. She was judging the fact that I had to fucking use the bathroom 3 times. I don't know what's going on either, bitch. So let me fucking go. Fucking judgmental. So I go to the bathroom, I come back, bell rings, go into 4th period, stomach churns. Churns, churns, churns.
And the word of the night is churns.
I'm like, what the hell? This is the point where I'm like, fuck. Should I really go home? I didn't know really what it was, but I knew now it was not test anxiety because my test was over. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I get back to the 4th period class, my stomach's churning, I'm testing it. I'm like, how long can I hold this? Well, I last about 15 fucking minutes, and I'm taking my ass up again to the motherfucking teacher, holding up my passes. She sees that 3 of my 6 passes are already used, and she's like, are you sure you want to use this? I mean, you only got so many left. Bitch, what don't you understand? Yes, I want to use a motherfucking other pass. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. Every time I go up to somebody, they're like, okay, are you sure you want to use that? No, I think my ass is just playing fucking tricks on me. It's like, we're just making you feel it. No, yes, bitch, I'd like to fucking use the bathroom. Go to the bathroom, I come back, and even before I can leave the 4th period class again, it's happening. And I'm like, fuck. But I'm like, I gotta hold it so I can go to 5th period and use it. This is a very key note that I had to go, because even though I used the bathroom in 4th period, by the end of 4th period, my stomach was already churning a lot. But I held that like a motherfucking champ until 5th period so I could get to my 5th period teacher and I could go again. So I go to 5th period, and before I even start the next part of the story, which this is the most crucial part that we really get into, the biggest thing of this story, my 5th period teacher, one, was also my 6th period teacher. How that worked was we'd go for 5th period, then we'd go to lunch, and then we'd come back for 6th, and it would be the same teacher. Another side note, she was a cunt. A cunt, alright? This bitch, we're gonna call her Mrs. N. Mrs. N was a fucking cunt. I go into 5th period and I walk up to her first thing after the bell rings, and I come up with my passes and I say I have to go to the bathroom, and of course she fucking sees too that down the list, 1st period used a pass, 2nd period used a pass, 3rd period used a pass, 4th period used a pass, and so on. She's like, okay, first off, you're using too many of your passes in one day. And then she goes, and second, why didn't you just go in passing period? Bitch, that's 5 minutes! I'm not gonna be able to get all the shit that's about to come out of my fucking asshole in 5 fucking minutes. I can't even, like, I'm done. I'm done. When people do this, this enrages me beyond any fucking belief in the world. She's trying to lecture me while shit is about to come out of my asshole. And I really don't need that right now, Mrs. fucking N. So, I go to the bathroom. She gives me the pass after I'm like, yes, I'm sure, yeah, I know, ha ha ha, blah blah blah. And I was being super petty. I was like, yes, Mrs. N, your word is always the greatest. I go to the bathroom and I come back and I finally think things are over. Watching a movie because the test is already over and no teacher's teaching anything. It's the end of the year. Watching this movie about dogs and I'm chilling out. I'm like, I was so getting my confidence back, like boom, boom, boom. Then we go to lunch. My stomach is churning as I'm sitting in there, and I think, fuck. I realize as I'm sitting in lunch, because people are gonna be like, why didn't you just go to the bathroom during lunch? Well, my book bag's not there, my past paper's not there. I'm like, fuck. So then I go, all right, you know what? I'll just deal with it during passing period. I really will. So I'm trying to enter this bathroom during passing period, and I go in there, and it's so fucking crowded. I've never been to a more crowded bathroom in my life. I don't have time to go to another fucking bathroom, but people are in there, and every fucking thing is full. This bitch was so fucking full, it was like the line on Black Friday outside of the fucking Toys R Us, alright? I was so mad because I was like, I know I'm gonna have to explain this to somebody when I go to ask for a pass again. I walk in class, the nerves hit me in 2 ways. Cause 1, my stomach's fucking churning with shit. 2, I'm like, she's gonna fucking judge me. She already dislikes me, and if I use the bathroom twice with her, use 2 passes and use my last pass to go to the bathroom again, she's gonna fucking judge me. And there's no good way around this, and I was super self-conscious at this point, so I was like, fuck. I cannot go to the bathroom again. So I was like, you have to hold it, Evan. For the rest of this movie, you have to hold this fucking shit. If you cannot take things, if you have like a very light stomach or something, please exit this video or proceed with caution. And I tried like a motherfucker. I'm sitting there, I don't even fart, shit just starts coming out of nowhere. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, fuck, I just shit myself in fucking class, and the tears are forming in my eyes as I'm sitting at that desk, and I'm like, I just shit myself in fucking class. Like, I was like, fuck. And I was like, I have to go tell her. So I collect myself.
I forgot to mention that because I'm wearing these gray shorts, that the shit is wet. So the back of my gray shorts is now a dark gray.
I get up out of my chair and I head over to her desk. She already sees me approaching and she's looking at me like, I'm looking like a fucking ghost. Like, I'm staring at her like a ghost. Like, I'm like, and before I can even speak the words, like, and some of it, because I decided to wear fucking boxers, it falls out on the floor. It falls out on the floor in front of her. I took shit on somebody to a whole nother level because it's right by her foot. And she looks down at it, Mrs. N looks down at it, and she goes, go. And I grab my shit up from my desk and I'm running out with tears in my eyes like, ah! And I go down the stairs to the nurse's office, and I go inside the nurse's office, and I don't even speak to her. She says something to me, but I don't even look at her. I just walk right by, and I fucking move her chair out of the way, and I pick up that phone in her office, and I dial the number to my mom, and I call her, and I'm like, get here now. I hang up the phone. I don't even say who it is. I don't have time for all of that. I'm like, get here now. And of course, it's a day where she's working away. She's at some meeting, so she has to call my grandma and my aunts, which I don't find out until they show up. I explain the whole story, and I'm like, you know what? I just shit myself in class. I don't know what to do. And she's like, okay, go clean up, because it's like falling down my leg and shit. It's running down my leg because it's like runny ass shit. Mind you, I'm in the bathroom cleaning up, and I can hear on the overcom them being like, we need janitors in Mrs. N's room, and the bell's rung and people, and I'm like, fuck, they're going to clean up my shit in there. I'm so fucking embarrassed. Finally, I'm waiting for someone to show up, and they're like, hey, your aunt and your grandma are here, and I run out to the fucking car, and I'm like, oh my god, and I'm crying, and then I have to ride home. I'm fucking lifting up, like I had to sit like that on the fucking seat so that I don't smoosh the poop into my ass or I don't get shit on the seats. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I cannot believe this. And my aunt and my grandma are like, you know, trying to tell me about my fucking great grandpa who shit himself once or something, or telling me stories about that, which, don't get me wrong, we're funny as fuck, but I don't need that right now. I just shit myself. The last thing I want to hear about is shitting yourself. And I get home, and I go to the shower, and I clean up, and then I come out, and my hair's all wet, and I'm in my pajamas because I'm ready to just go to bed and check out. And I go in there, and I'm like, and I sit so still, and they're like afraid to move because they're like, shit, he really is fucking embarrassed. And then finally a word is spoken, and I say, thank you for picking me up. And all of a sudden, my stomach is churning again. And I don't double shit myself, I run to the bathroom. And they're like, where are you going? And I'm like, I have to shit! So, I go to the bathroom again, and then I come out, and I tell them thank you, and they leave. And mind you, our tests were like blocked together, so it was like every day you'd have a test. I was too mortified to go to school that I didn't go to school the next day, and I missed a major fucking test because I still had this shit. I was sitting there at home on the next day and still shitting my fucking drawers. I was still feeling like I was gonna shit at any moment. And I get a text from one of my friends as I'm sitting at home on the second day, and they go, where are you today? And I go, what have you heard? And she goes, well, I heard from that you had bowel issues. Bowel issues. Bowel issues. I could have crawled over dead at that point. I was done. I was like, fuck, the whole school knows now. So I go back to school on the next day, and it turned out not a lot of people knew, and then I ended up dropping the bomb like a couple years ago, and now it's a known thing that I shit myself in Mrs. N's classroom, and I don't even know. It was a mess. So there you go. That was my story of how I shit myself in 6th grade, and I also kind of shit on a teacher's shoe. I really wanted to start this channel with something that I felt like was not gonna make me look perfect, because fucking look at me, I'm not fucking perfect at all. But I really think that that's a story that I've just told so many times that it doesn't even bother me anymore. It gets me pissed as fuck, but I just don't care anymore. But I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, like, comment, subscribe, put some stuff down there, what you want to see me do. I'd like to react to some music or something like that, or do those kind of things too. So let me know in the comments below, subscribe, like, I'll put my social media in the description if you feel like you want to follow me, but it's a shit show. No pun intended. Yeah, so bye.
I'm still trying.